Hey guys, today this is for my wife. Today we're going to be at Heartland Horses in Avon Park. They do equine services for handicap. We're going to learn more about it when I sit down and do the full interview, but this is a hopping place. There are things going on. There are adults and children on horses going through their therapy. There's just a lot going on. It's awesome. So I'm going to walk around and shoot some video that's going to be put in. We may cut it out and do its own video, but we also may just put it in with the interview because this place is special, and this is another not-for-profit in Michelle's Pay It Forward at 42. And this one is for her. You know, I'm not the horse person, although we are a horse family. But we love what these horses and this organization does, giving people with disabilities opportunities to learn about horses, care for horses, ride horses. And I'm going to shoot some video in the arena of them on the horses. And also I'm going to shoot video of this arena because it is spectacular. Many of the horse people out here would be jealous. So let's go on a trip. So we are at Heartland Horses in Avon Park today. Coming in, and this place is breathtaking. There are people that own horse facilities that would love to have a facility like this to call their own. As I walk in, there's a group. They're walking the horse now, and they're doing therapy. All the horses here are trained to be therapy horses, to work with the riders, the caretakers, and the entire organization is run for not-for-profit. So we're gonna walk to the backside of the arena. This arena is breathtaking. It's beautiful. All horses love to eat grass. Multilingual horsemanship. I like it. All right. So now we're heading to the lift to dismount the horse. I dismount the rider from the horse. Everything is set up so that riders of all abilities, capabilities, disabilities have the opportunity to ride, caretake, enjoy the joys of being on a horse. This one was done.
Okay, what are you supposed to do with the rings? Yes, ma'am. Good job. Okay. You are all kinds of crooked on this saddle. Yes, it is. Okay, love. Okay. Do not do that. I don't know either. Okay, my girl. Stirrups?
Yeah, it should be okay.
Got it?
As soon as you start going.
Okay, sunshine, here we go. Okay. Move forward. That's it. That's it. Good job. And up we go.
Into the wild wood.
That's right. Your left leg. There you go. Okay.
And look at the horse just standing patiently.
1,
Horse coming.
2, 3.
I think we did.
Amazing. Amazing. So like all good horse facilities, you know you gotta have a poop pile. But this is a operational horse facility. Feed, hay, everything that happens here is done through the kindness of others. And look at the facility. They have paddocks, they have pastures, they have instructors, they have everything that those of us in the horse world know and understand. They have everything to operate a full-fledged facility. Beautiful barns with turnouts. For instance, this horse is sponsored by Michael Sharkey. And good afternoon, good evening. Barns, stalls with turnouts into paddocks, pasture areas further. It's currently raining. That's typical. All right, so I don't know if you're gonna hear this. It's pouring down rain, but I'm amazed at the facility and the generosity of others that allow this facility to operate. So I'm gonna wrap up this video and then we're gonna do the interview. Good afternoon. I'm Trey Heath with Michelle and Trey Real Estate, and today we are at Heartland Horses. We're going to talk about the equine activities that are available to disabled horse riders. Today I have Snowflake, very important part of this process. I have Mary and I have Dee.
Hi, everybody.
And today we're going to find out what Heartland Horses does for riders that have disabilities. That I shot some video already of an amazing, they have for a layman, a contraption, a lift that actually is able to, the horse goes in, they lift the rider out. That's one of the things that they have available. They also, while I was walking around shooting video, there were people walking horses, grooming horses, cleaning stalls, doing horse caretaking things. And as any of you know, I'm not the horse person in the family, but my wife, my daughter, and my mother-in-law are. So this was one that touched my wife's heart. So we're here, and we're actually going to be coming to an event this Friday night, or Saturday night. Saturday night. So if you're around, tickets are $10.
$10.
$10, and they're going to have music and food and
drill team and entertainment and raffles and all kinds
50
and
raffles.
horses.
and horses.
Bonfires, s'mores.
You can
so-
s'mores. There we go. We're sold now. S'mores and
photos with the horse.
Oh, fun.
Very good.
Lots of good things
So-
for $10.
Heartland Horses is a non-for-profit.
Yes.
They operate and on your donations.
Absolutely.
And they have an absolutely beautiful facility that people care about. And we're going to find out today from Mary and Dee why people care about Heartland Horses. So, Mary, let's start with you. When did this start? And why did it start?
It started in 1998 by Sandy Kuhn, and a love for horses and a love to help people. And that is why every one of us are here, because we are so blessed that we get to help people in our community and we get to be around horses. So it's a win-win all around, and everybody that is here, this is their place to come and relax and enjoy and to be helpful, and it's just all a passion for us. Right,
Hi,
Snowflake?
Snowflake. So
Passion.
that leads me to you get a lot of people that come to start this process of learning their love for an equine
Yes.
that are city folk.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Majority.
And as an apprehensive city boy who got into horses, I can only imagine for someone with disabilities, that apprehension can be even more. So
Absolutely.
how do you start that process of getting someone who, these are 1,200-pound animals, how do you get someone to fall in love with the animal?
Well, you usually, well, it's a case by case. You know, you've got some kids, we do children and adults, any with disabilities. And it's a case by case basis, because some children walk in the door and all they want to do is put hands on horses and they have no fear. We had a client earlier today that hemiplegia, and very, very anxiety ridden about being near the horses, being on top of a horse. Although it's a beautiful place, if you've been around a barn for long, you know that it is a beautiful place where more than just riding takes place. There's a learning to be affirmative, there's a confidence building, there's all kinds of
Decision-making
different stuff.
skills.
Yeah, problem solving skills, all kinds of speech and fine motor and gross motor and just beautiful friendships, and it's a lovely place. I've been here for approximately 13 years. We offer a free. I think we're the only one that I know of that is a free therapeutic riding facility, which is lovely. So we everybody is different. If someone is anxiety ridden or does not want to be around the horses, we start them with barn work, we start them with groundwork, we start them with lots of knowledge about horses so that they can start getting more comfortable. And it's beautiful to see the evolution. We were just doing a round pen session with one of our girls who one of the diagnoses is anxiety. So, but it's beautiful to see the evolution and the growth that happens with all the clients. It's lovely.
And it's beyond teaching people how to read horses. Our ultimate goal is to impact their life, that they have decision-making skills. I worked with a young man who had ADHD really bad, and it took a little while to figure out how to get him to follow your commands. This person became, he was, required assistance with riding, a leader, a sidewalker, became an independent rider, participated in special stars, won some events. He is no longer in the program because he has his driver's license and he is employed, and he had difficulty making decisions and just focusing. But the impact that the horse and that we were able to have for him and to work with him to be successful and to be able to integrate into society, and
That's awesome.
it's amazing.
That's awesome. And this is one of those things that being around the horse world, like our family is. For those that don't know, we run a barn, and my daughter is an equestrian, and that's what she does for a living and in practice. And I will tell you, I'm not a horse person, and I begrudge every moment I have to go out and take care of the barn on a cold morning or a rainy morning. But I've gotten some of my best photography those mornings. The horses, there's something about a horse eating that's calming. And I don't brush horses, but I see the young ladies at our barn, they go out and they brush their horses. And some of the not so young ladies, and they care for the horses and they walk the horses. And so I can only imagine for an able-bodied person the calming effect of horses. I can only imagine the joy that you all get to bring to someone that would not have the opportunity.
Absolutely.
The video that I shot today of the lady that had the stroke, that is now riding a horse, and Mary was telling me that she started with a side walker on each side, a leader, and was petrified. And now she's riding one arm, one hand. She's got just the leader. And she's doing that on her own. And it was actually a long lead rope as well. So she's actually gotten that independent from, so you can see the therapeutic benefit to that. One of the things I was wondering is, you deal with so many different disabilities. How do you all learn what those disabilities need?
Good question. Well, each therapeutic riding instructor is PATH certified. PATH stands for Professional Association of Therapeutic Horsemanship.
Okay.
So in order to become a PATH certified rider or a instructor, you have to go through a very extensive training, and then an in-person training. I'm a speech language pathologist.
Okay.
So that's where we get the information and get and as a case-by-case basis, because one cerebral palsy does not look like another. One autism does not look like another. So it is in conjunction with the parents, with the caregivers, with the person, and sort of learning as we go, but also having that base knowledge of disabilities and what are some of the concerns or possible issues, and having that knowledge base.
And one of the other ways we do that too, I'm a retired nurse, so I use mine, and we have other people that have medical background, so we use that as well. We also partner with 3 colleges, and we provide a very unique clinical experience for their nursing and occupational therapy students. We were very fortunate in that we had doctoral students in occupational therapy come for a clinical rotation, and they put us together a binder that helped with for us to make decisions about certain diagnoses and different types of adaptive equipment that they might use that we normally don't use. And speaking of adaptive equipment, the lady that you saw with the stroke that rode today, her one leg, she is, because of the weakness, is not able to turn that stirrup. You know, the stirrup's hang like this, and when we put our feet in them, they turn this way. She wasn't able to do that, but there is an adaptation to that stirrup that actually will turn that stirrup for her. So we have a saddle, and we've got that piece of adaptive equipment so that she does not have to depend on a leg that doesn't have the strength to turn that stirrup. So we will do adaptive reins. We also use what they call a surcingle, which is basically a strap with a handle on it that you put the pad over the pad of the horse, and then that person is that much closer to the horse because there's no saddle. And so for a person that has very stiff, immobile lower extremities, if they don't have that flexibility to be in a saddle, to have their feet in the stirrup, we can use something like that where their legs will hang free. We will do stretching exercises on people. We did that before. Deb, once she gets on the horse, we have her do some stretching exercises, and we can do that as well with, someone else that if they need that to limber up a little bit before we get moving.
So it's a full process, and learning each of the adaptations necessary, and learning the process.
For the individual.
You and I had spoken earlier that some people literally come here and their goal is to be able to touch, groom, and learn some occupational skills that they could use later. Has that evolved when this started, when Heartland Horses started? What was the goal, and what does it look like now? Is it still the same, or has it expanded beyond what it started as?
It's definitely expanded, but it's the same. I mean,
Right,
Sandy started us as a nonprofit, free to the public, for adults and children with disabilities, and we're still that.
And I think probably one of the differences, we became a PATH, which is the Professional Association of Therapeutic Horsemanship member. And then we have the instructors that are certified.
Right.
So,
which took us to a different
level.
I
Yeah.
would say.
I saw the guys, the gentlemen were actually the walkers today that I saw, and I saw they were volunteers. So everyone here volunteers their time.
just
Except
about.
for the therapeutic riding instructors.
Okay.
And our office staff.
Okay.
We have 4 staff members. We have 5 instructors, or 5 or 6 instructors, and then we have about 70 volunteers.
That's amazing.
So thank you to all our volunteers, because without them,
We couldn't
there
run
would
the
be no
program.
program.
And we were introduced to Heartland Horses from Bonnie Williamson, who this has been something in her heart for a
Yes.
while. And with being in horses, my wife I want to donate to them. And I shot some video of the hay and the barns and the pastures, and I can tell you that stuff doesn't come inexpensively.
No, it doesn't.
It does not, and the fact that it's free. It's free. And Snowflake was showing us the expensive side of the horse for a while, because it's kind of like when you go out to party and you drink a beer, you've leased that beer. Horses lease the food that they eat. They do not, and I showed you their poop pile, because that's the money. The money is all over there. So it's money in this Snowflake. So that's why when we feel something and we want to do these videos, it's because it means something to us, and we know what it
It's
costs to
expensive.
operate a
Right.
facility, and the fact that you're doing it for free.
Right.
And I saw the activity happening out here today. It's not quiet. There's something going on. It's not
beautiful.
it's a beautiful place.
Things happen here.
Yeah.
Many different beautiful things.
What keeps you coming back?
Because I get to help people, and I love horses, and it's a passion. I've been here for 5 years, and until my body breaks down, until I can't come, I'm coming.
Yeah, but they have adaptive stuff.
Well, I may become a client at some point in time, but until I can't keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to keep coming, because it's just a love.
I can see it. I will say, Mary and Dee have been smiling the entire time I've been here, and that is infectious. Dee, what keeps you coming back?
The people, always.
Yeah.
Serving, and beautiful things happen at the barn.
We have friendships, with the people that we work with, and and our clients, and sometimes we work with certain clients, and you just develop a bond with them, and so when they're not here, we're worried about them. What happened? Is everything okay? And the same for them. So it's just beautiful.
Give me one of the success can come in different forms.
Sure.
Give me one of your favorite success stories of whether someone accomplished a fear of, like, hey, we're on the backside of this horse, versus someone that's starting to ride that now can ride on their own, or whatever kind of, because I think those are important to see. People see everything
they
happening,
are,
and they don't see the
right?
progress when they come for one time.
Right,
They see it and they're like,
absolutely.
oh, the struggle is, this is never going to happen.
Right.
But
Well, you met one of the young ladies that is such a beautiful success story. She's been coming here. She has Asperger's, and she started when she was basically nonverbal, and she has become.
wait, that lady was nonverbal? The lady I was speaking to, the young lady I was
Yes.
speaking to? Wow. Okay.
Yes, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Really,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she has become, today she chose not to be on the horse
Yeah.
because we were doing round penning, and it's one of her goals. She has written her goals out, and it's one of her goals to become an instructor. And that is a potentially attainable goal, and seeing just, she's a great example, and she's just this beautiful human that has learned assertiveness. She's especially with certain clients, social skills are not always very high up on their ability level, so teaching them about learning to observe horses and body language and the social skills of horses, and how they can pay attention to that, but also it rolls into social skills for human beings, and just watching the evolution of assertiveness and confidence
That's one of them.
Yeah.
She
Something
is
online.
actually part of our drill team.
Yes.
Okay, so
So
we'll see.
I
We'll
won the
see her
drill
on
team.
Saturday night.
We'll see her on Saturday
outstanding.
night. We have
Right?
2 clients that are part of our drill team. Isn't that
That's
amazing?
awesome.
And our goal
It
is
is
to continue
lovely.
to increase that and decrease the participation from our volunteers or staff. So,
Well,
yep.
before we finish up, because it is the point of this is to draw more attention to Heartland Horses. How can the average Joe help?
Well, you can help by volunteering. You can come out and help and support us at our fundraisers. You can sponsor a horse for $100 a month, which pays for their care and their feed, because it's beyond feed. We have vet bills. They have to have their hoofs and their feet trimmed every 5 to 6 weeks. So, and then they of course need immunizations and they need wormer and everything. So there's medical expenses that go along with that. And we also offer private riding lessons for $30 an hour, which you will not find that anywhere.
That's
So,
a good
if
deal.
you want to come and learn how to ride a horse, we have instructors that would love to work with you, and that does generate a little money for us
Fantastic.
as well. So,
And that's what Michelle and I will be doing. Is we will be our first donation in this process for Heartland Horses. We are going to be donating $200 for the care of a horse for 2 months.
Thank you so much.
So I'm guessing since there's not that many that are close to our heart, you will be getting another donation at some point once we get through. But that's Michelle. That's what she wanted to do. Was
Thank you.
Beautiful.
and we'll bring
Thank
that
you.
with us on Saturday since
Lovely.
since we're
Yes.
gonna come hang out.
All right, and
enjoy
we'll
some
be
stuff.
excited to see you.
But guys, it's a wonderful facility. If it's in your heart and you like to see progress, if you like animals, there's a plus. If you like seeing people accomplish goals that they didn't think were possible, there's another way to come out and support. And if you just like to come out into the country, yeah, there are still places that have woods and fences and not houses surrounded them by them. So it's a great way to get out and support an absolutely amazing cause. And we look forward to growing a relationship. And thank you, ladies, both, Mary,
Thank
Dee,
you.
and Snowflake, showing us the business end. And we're going to wrap it up from Heartland Horses for today.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hey.
I'm gonna